There, welcome back to my channel, Take the Bull. I hope things are all clear at your place and you are all safe. All I would like to say is stay home, stay safe, and don't wander around the locations or in a region and try to catch hold of this deadly disease, Corona. So all it's like you're creating hazard to yourself and to your family. So stay away from that disease in specific. So you have to stay home, stay hygiene, and stay clean. Wash your hands regularly, and make sure the things you procure as an essential goods are all sterilized or all sanitized and used accordingly. Like use the alcoholic hand sanitizers and wash your hands regularly with soap. And stay healthy. Stay tuned to our channel. So now getting on to the video, and before I explain about the concept, if you are new to the channel, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon next to the subscription button so that you'll get all the regular updates about the new business concept and innovative concepts which I post on my channel. And yep, that's it. So let's get on to the video today. So today we're going to see an innovative concept where it's like an instant milk tea bag. So instant milk tea bag, what is it? So people might think what's it about, like the instant milk tea bag. Most probably everyone would have heard of tea bags, which is a dip tea. So dip tea, which we used to get from the shops or from the supermarket or from the vending stores, where a cup of like warm milk or water would be given with a dipper in it, like the tea dipper. You have to dip inside, and you have to ensure that stay time is increased in order to have the strong flavors. And of course, it doesn't have the milk in it. Like it doesn't have any kind of milk product in it. Just the tea bag would be given. Here we're going to try to include this milk powder in it as well. It's an innovative concept where you don't have to search for milk in your region or from the shops. You can just have a cup of warm water, dip the milk tea bag, and then you can have a hot cup of tea by yourself. Okay, it's a concept where you have to create this by yourself. You have to prepare the mixtures and the consistency, and then the ingredients and constitutions has been explained in the upcoming video, where you have to create it and then you have to pack them, you have to supply them in order to get the profit. And it's a huge profitable business. You can even start this business as least as 300 with the 300 rupees, and you can try to explore this business, and your monthly profit would go up to like 100,000 a month approximately, and still you can explore it with different market structure, different sales point of view, or different USP, and like how far you expand your market, you're going to reap the benefit of it. And you have these flavors also being explained in the video. The flavors as in the mixture of cinnamon and ginger, and then this there are several masala, ready-made masalas kind of thing, which you can prepare by yourself using cardamom and cinnamon, and then cloves and ginger. So these are the flavors which we often used to prepare in home along with the tea, in order to have a flavored tea and have that refreshment. It's a beverage, like it's most of the time we consume it for refreshments, and with these masala ingredients in it, it's going to rejuvenate your energy and your consumer, like your customers' energy, and absolutely they're going to love this flavor. The milk powder along with the tea and the flavors are definitely going to give that unique refreshments for your consumer, in turn showing the loyalty towards your brand, and again the buying redundancy would be increased in your product. So for this, we have to just get the tea separately and then prepare the masala homemade, and then we have to mix them at a specific ratio, which I am going to explain the next slide, and that has to be packed. Again, that will be explained, and you have to market them. So the tea, the made teas are selling at the price of like 130, 135 rupees per kg. You can even procure them in the wholesale at least cost, but still a qualitative tea, dry tea powder is selling at the cost of 135 on the shelf, and you can buy the milk powder in addition. So it's a ratio of 60% of milk powder and 30% of tea powder, along with the 10% of masala which you have already created. The masala, as in, it can be flavor, it can be a flavor, mix of flavor, and you can have your own creativity. Like it's all like customer preference. So you'll start giving a separate flavor. Like say for if you're giving a cardamom, I mean, if your client is preferably purchasing it again and again, you'll increase the quantity of cardamom, and then you'll retain the other flavors at a least ratio. And if at all, like, people are asking for more cinnamons, you can go with the cinnamons. And the cinnamon, ginger, and dry ginger, and then cloves and cardamom would go very good with the tea, and all these put together would form the masala, and which genuinely goes well with this particular tea product. So you can prepare them. And then the costing part here is like an investment where 600 grams of milk powder would go like 170 rupees and 170 rupees, and 300 gram of tea powder would go for 40 rupees, and 100 gram of tea masala, which you prepare yourself, approximately is going to cost you like 20 rupees, and the bag and the outer carton box would approximately cost you 70 rupees. So why is it so? Like all would think upon the amazing, like why amazed, like why this particular tea bag and outer carton is going to cost so much. Yes, that's going to be a food grade product. Like you are going to give them in a pouch, and that pouch has to be dipped into hot water, as in that has to withstand the materials used in the pouch, and the materials, inner linings, everything has to be considered. That has to be 100% food grade, because you're concerned about the health of your consumer. Unless your consumer is healthy, they are not going to purchase your product. It's all about healthy product which you're giving in a highly hygiene condition, so that to retain your consumers' health and consumers' purchase redundancy. So this is how you have to create it, and that's going to cost you somewhere like 300 rupees, 300 bucks for 1 kg of tea powder mix. So once you do that, you're going to pack them in a separate tea pouches. Like tea pouches, it's a ready-made tea pouch. I've given the description, I've given the reference link in the description box. You can very well check that. That's a reference link, and that's not the only link which I'm suggesting you to buy. It's just a reference link. You can use it or you can ignore it. You can go for your own exploration and your finding your own horizons. You're all most welcome, and that is how you are going to become an entrepreneur. So this 5 gram pre-bag is going to be the mix of whatever you've created, and that can go up to 200 bags per kg of mix, which you have made for 300 rupees. So, and the costing which you can fix for this particular premix after bagging or packaging is like 5 rupees per bag, which is the least cost, and you can have your own costing pattern, based on the expense and based on the quality and based on the purchase sale ratio. You can have the costing, but approximately I'll go with the least cost of 5 rupees each bag. So that's going to give you like 1000 rupees for 1 kg, because you're going to make like 200 bags out of this 1 kg, like 1000 grams of tea powder. So and that's going to give you like 1000 rupees margin, 1000 rupees as a selling price, wherein you have already spent 300 rupees, and that's going to be 700 rupees profit for you. So once that is done, how you are going to explore the market, how you're going to supply it to the market across, that's the business plan, where you have to have a set target. In any business there should be some target. Even if it is your business or you're working for someone else, it has to be a target oriented. Unless you have certain goals fixed up in order to reach the goal, you wouldn't be able to succeed in any business. So you have to retain a goal, and the goal is the least goal is 5 kg per day. You have to make sure that you are capable of selling at least 5 kg of this particular mixed product, your product. So if it is like 5 kg, you can sell like shops. You can sell through the shops. You can ask them to have your product, sell, and give the costing, and then to pay you. and they can have their own margins, and you can supply for the supermarkets, and you can sell it through online portals like Amazon. Then you have Flipkart, and then several online portals where you can register as a seller. Even that I have explained in my previous video in the channels, like how to register in the Amazon and then Flipkart as a seller. You can sell it online, and you can have your own website where you can sell the products, and all you have to do is pack them and get the FSI, and then you're done. You can start selling. And then the most favorable option is that home delivery. Home delivery is something which is a fancy term, which people, and that too in this specific time, people would be amazed to get products at their home, because they are asked to retain the home. They are not supposed to leave the house because of this pandemic. That's separate, but still, home delivery is something which is more fancy term. Like, people always want to have products being delivered to their house. They can go for purchases, but still they want the regular household products to be delivered to their house, so where they live in. So this is a better option where you can go with the reference, your friends, family members, and then friends of friends, family's friends, and you can get the reference. You have the chain of business over there. Well, as soon as one person gets the benefit, understands the product quality, the costing which you have placed, and they're going to recommend definitely to the other person, and you can expand the chain. That there you'll have a lot of margin. You don't have to pay the shopkeeper. You don't have to pay the margin for the supermarket person or the online store anywhere. You're just going to give it to direct customer at your own costing pattern. So that's going to give you a return of 3,500 rupees each day. So target of 5 kg with a return of 3,500 rupees, and that will give you an approximate value, not an approximate, perhaps it's the actual calculation of 1,05,000. Like 105,000 is going to be your total profit a month. Okay, you can pack them in such a way, like 12 bags a dozen, which we used to call in a carton. You can sell them accordingly, and all you have to do is get the FSSI. FSSI food licensing is very important, where you have to use it in order to sell this product. And the flavors, of course, you can have them differentiated based on the customer's need. As I was saying already, you can retain it to a specific thing, like cardamom alone, and then dry ginger alone, and then cinnamons, and then cloves. Like, you can retain a specific flavor, and you can have the mix of them as a altogether masala mix. So whichever the client prefers, the customer prefers, whichever goes higher, you start making more production for it, and whichever goes the least, just try to reduce the production. It's a kind of trial and error basis. You have to do that tactic and business tactic. That's all, like marketing strategy, like how to increase the flavor, how to increase the margin, how to increase the customer base and supply it across places. And that is applicable. This similar pattern, similar method is applicable for the instant milk coffee as well. You can besides having all these things, you have to just replace the tea alone with the instant coffee mix that you can use instead of tea, and you can do that instant milk coffee as well. And flavors, of course, if you want, you can add them in that as well. And then the varieties, the quality, then the cleanliness. It's all about retaining the customer. It's the primary factor which every customer would look for in each and every consumable products. It's whatever they are eating, eateries, they have to consider this cleanliness and quality. If you try to retain it, and if you try to retain the customer's flavor, and absolutely you're going to rock it. You're going to break the leg. So, yep, I think I've explained enough of information about this business. How do you feel about this particular concept? Just let me know in my comment section. I'll be pleased, and I'll be waiting to listen to you. And yep, I think I'm done. So stay safe, stay home. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.